my jealous so you're safe, yeah. Ooh, I ain't playing, girl, I wanna know your name. Is it cool if we start dating? Yeah, yeah. Baby, love, this world is wide, so let's take our time. Yeah, they say that love is blind, I'll say that's a smile. And I just wanna get to know you better, I can show you all the things you wanna see. Lady, I just wanna get to know you better, have a little bit of faith in me. Yeah, move from this place to the edge. Love living dance in the rain, yeah. Fly all around in the plane. Show me really what's your aim, yeah. Show me what's been on your mind, cause I've got time lately, baby. Show me what's been on your mind. I've been wondering lately, yeah. What you wanna be when you move from this element of your life. Tell me what you really into. Do you appreciate life? Yeah.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we now invite you to
Now that you respond, I can see clearly that my love not going in vain. All I want is for you to show me, my darling, that you'll be at through the pain. Yeah, Money swear Yankee and me now. 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 Please afraid to say you love me, love me. Come show me that you love me, love me. Show me that you're with me, yeah. Please afraid to say you love me, love me. Afraid to say you want me, want me. Show me that you're with me. No need for distance now that you hear me. Go the extra mile and I shame. Cause you're my heart, you are my lifeline. We could go forward, focus on name. Hey, yeah. Yankee and me now. Now when you're forward, all your love, please. Yankee and me now. Forward it forward to me. Yankee and me now. Dash out the thing for me. Money swear Yankee and me now. Hear me when I say, baby. Money swear Yankee and me now. Money swear Yankee and me now. I'm here with you, baby. Money swear Yankee and me now.
Love, la 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 love, la la la, ooh la 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 love, ooh love, love, la 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 love, la 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 love. We are all humans, different stories to tell. We've all been through it, our own versions of hell. And if we would listen to what one has to say, it's all the same struggles, just a different face. There is one thing that we all wanna feel, and that makes us matter, that makes us real. Baby, yes, there is one thing that we all need, and that doesn't say our color, race, or creed. We all need love. We all, yeah, 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 yeah. We all need love. We all, yeah, 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 yeah. We all need love. We all, yeah, 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 yeah. We all need love. Life, it is a journey. Every road has an end, and it's never easy. Many corners and bends. Nothing's forever. Everything has to change. But there is one thing that remains the same. Yeah, there is one thing that we all wanna feel, and that makes us matter, that makes us real. There is one thing that we all need, that doesn't see our colors or creed. We all need love. We all need love. We all need love. We all, yeah. We all need love. We all, yeah. We all need love. We all, need love. Love, la 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 la, la la la, oh la 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 love, oh oh. Love, 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 love. La la la, la 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 la, ooh, love, love. La 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 la. We all need love. Love, yeah.
You got it, baby. Give me some, baby. Cause yeah, melanin popping, everything firm, nothing ain't dropping on you. All the big heads them watching, 6-figure clocking, but that ain't bothering you. No. Man could have gone on them ways, you know. Still. But them boy go run the place, you know. Watch how your mother pray for you. Look how you're born with flavor, flavor, flavor. Melanin flavor, flavor, flavor. Sign the pen on your paper, paper, paper. Melanin flavor, flavor, flavor. Tell a boy go brave enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Before you hot up the place enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look how you.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
You got it, baby. Give me some, baby. Cause yeah, melanin popping, everything firm, nothing ain't dropping on you. All the big heads them watching, 6-figure clocking, but that ain't bothering you. No. Man could have gone on them ways, still. But them boy go run the place, Watch how your mother.
Welcome to Island Girl Talk. I'm your host, Shawna.
Are we live?
Yeah,
We are?
have Hurricane Chris.
What?
And Neicy.
Guys, when I tell y'all, today was a day. Today has challenged us to the nth degree. Guys, like Shawna said, welcome to Island Girl Talk. Oh my gosh, you have no clue what we've been through this morning, this afternoon. Whew.
Pressure.
We are your hosts. I'm Krystal King.
Hurricane Chris.
I'm Hurricane Chris.
Shawna.
Peter Queen.
Neicy. Oh, that's nothing for me. That's
Connie.
leave it.
Just
That's
leave
leave
Connie.
it. It had
Just
nothing
leave it
for
there.
me. That's
Alright,
leave
cool.
it.
Kumbaya, Connie. Busa, Connie. Oh my gosh, you guys. We had some technical difficulties that we were dealing with today. That we had no control over the situation. It was a high stress situation for us.
Yeah.
For us or me? For us.
I mean, mostly Chris, but first, yeah.
But guys, we were planning on canceling today.
Yeah.
Right? We postponed our guest for today because we didn't want to waste the day and have her come and then be like a sitting duck like the rest of us.
Yeah.
So we will have the exact same show that we had planned for you all today. We are going to have it the following Wednesday.
Yeah.
So now today is just gonna be a makeup show today, not makeup like on your face. It's just gonna be like a fill-in show, a makeup show to make up for the gap of today.
So y'all won't miss us too much. You think
But
you'll miss us?
we would
No,
have
really.
had it on Friday if we had missed a day altogether. But since the system came back up and was working, we decided, you know what? Anything goes.
Yeah.
So we changed today's topic of the day, and today's show is no longer what we had scheduled. Today is Anything Goes Wednesday.
Anything goes.
We wild it out today.
Ladies.
If they could only see what I was... Oh gosh.
Oh, we didn't pray.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
We have to give God
Yes.
the
Gosh.
thanks and
Yes.
glory. Come on, Chris. Come
Heavenly
on.
Father, thank you for bringing us all here safely, and with all the technical difficulties that we had, we are still able to do what you put us here to do. Let your glory be known. In Jesus' holy name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. We
Amen.
are still here and we still
Right?
shining.
Yes.
Right?
Anything goes.
Can't hold me down, boy. You can't hold me down. The blood of Jesus.
Chris is a whole character.
Guys, it is Anything Goes Friday, right? Anything Goes Wednesday.
Oh,
we reach Friday.
She
true.
really wanted that
Yes.
episode on Friday.
If y'all could hear some of the conversations we were having behind the scenes before. Or
Yeah, we love you all, you know. Let it be known that the ladies of Island Girl Talk,
We
and
love
O.U.R.
y'all.
Radio, we love you.
We go hard. We go strong for
you.
y'all.
You only know. Or all you don't know, that's all you should know.
No, they should know. They should know. They should know at all. They're supposed to know.
But we here.
We are here and we're going to have this show if it kills us.
and you could
Chris,
imagine
about that.
about the dying part.
If it kills me.
We'll just rewind the dying part.
We'll be
I
here
do
as
that.
long as we can.
I do that sometimes. Yeah.
But we were here so, like, guys, today of all days,
We were
everybody
here
was
early.
here way before the time that we were
Well, we were here
prior to- we
since
can't to be
before
here.
11 o'clock.
Yes.
The tech guy and I here, the girls bouncing on
Yeah.
time. And then,
Set
yeah,
up
boy.
everything proper
thing.
and then June. Where's June?
Where's June?
Sister Dong.
Like,
System Dong.
But the blood of Jesus.
But the blood of Jesus.
It must prevail.
It must prevail. Amen.
take them to church.
Right? Oh boy, we got that always, sister.
Yeah,
we
we
feeling
get that.
good.
Yeah.
What we talking about today, y'all? Anything goes, you know.
Anything
Anything
goes.
goes.
Anything,
What's in the
anything.
news lately? We have a lot going on.
Sure.
There's a lot.
We had any
shooting.
trends over to you.
No, the shooting.
There was a shooting at Rose Hill
Yeah.
Primary School. Right? Not at the school, I was told,
vicinity
but in
of.
the vicinity of, enough to scare the kids, the teachers, and all that jazz. Luckily, there was a teacher who had the presence of mind, even in such a high stress situation.
Oh, yeah.
She had the presence of mind to take out her phone and record.
Just some context of why we laughing, because it's not a laughing matter. It's just the debate that was happening off camera before we come on camera.
Because we have some people who feel, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to hear from y'all. We have some people who feel that the teacher
was in the wrong.
Yes.
For recording and posting publicly.
Yes. AKA our tech guy.
Well, I wasn't going to call names.
Certain people, we ain't go name names, AKA our tech guy.
Ananas, you okay?
Believes.
You okay, Ananas?
No, he doesn't get to talk.
Chris, we don't want to be talking and then everything just goes black.
Our guy.
We don't want that. So that's for the sake of peace, right? We don't say it, but you know that.
Hey, boy.
He's in control here, guys.
That's true.
Ananias will shut it down if he want, boy. But our tech guy believes that the teacher had no business taking that video, that she should have been protecting the children. Well, I say she was.
No, he didn't say did not take any video. He said the issue was posting.
He said firstly she should not be taking video, and then when she take it, she shouldn't have posted it.
Right.
But I said, in taking that video, she was protecting those children. Because should something more volatile, thank God nothing did, but should something had happened, there was a potential for her to get it on the camera and to help the police in their investigations should something more dire had happened. Right? Thankfully, nothing more dangerous happened.
What are your thoughts on
he thinks that she should not have posted. Should not have recorded it.
Video,
one, and two, should not have posted it out.
But let's eliminate the not have recorded it part, because he did come into agreement with you on the recorded it part, right?
Did he?
So yeah.
Did
so
you,
what he
Ananias?
said is okay, fine. I'll take my wrong there. Perhaps she was recording it for evidence.
For clout.
Right?
No.
But he said clout.
Well, first he said for evidence.
Did you say clout, Ananias?
He said she was recording. No, see, Shawna, you're not listening.
No,
I said
the man said
for the guy's argument.
The man said she was recording it for clout.
Yes.
No, well, wait, I'll get into that.
Then I made the point that she was recording it for evidence, and it was good that she had the presence of mind to do it, because most people would have been too scared to think about recording in that moment.
Shawna, what side of the fence you're on?
I am just letting the audience hear both sides, because right now apparently Ananias is not allowed to speak.
Shawna could straddle a fence,
and Ananias is in trouble. So I am just, giving the guys my
thoughts.
Wait, let me finish the boy's point now.
The views of Shawna is the views of Ananias. The views of Shawna is the views of Ananias.
Anything goes
Eventually he heard Krystal, right? So he ran fights him down on that.
He
on
was,
the,
he hurt me.
He hurt. She hurt. Nah, not hurt you. You can't get hurt. So,
anything goes Wednesday, boy.
So
we are on so much wildness today.
Guys, let me finish, right? So Ananias heard her point, and then he said, okay, fine. If she is recording for the evidence, right? That's what your claim is. Then the evidence should be there for the sake of the policemen and whoever else.
Evidence.
So why it's all over social media? That means they send it out. So she shouldn't send it out.
Ananias,
and she looking for clout.
Right? So Ananias, this is his conduct. Our tech guy, whose name we would not call Ananias, stated how she doing it for clout, because the lady was in a high stress situation. Children's faces are on the camera, and children's lives could have been potentially in danger, but she busy recording and posting. To which I replied, first of all, that lady,
She did reply.
I am commending that woman for taking the initiative to record that incident, because that will definitely help the police in their investigations, right? One. And could have potentially grabbed something on the screen should somebody walk in the classroom or whatever the case may be, right? Secondly, what was secondly?
I don't know.
Right?
The high passion gave you a brain fog.
Yeah, gave me a brain fog. Right? He is saying that how she should have never post, and how she's doing it for clout, and why post. And my thing is, how do you know she posted the video? Well, she must have posted it out to people. You're damn right she did. Because anybody in a traumatic experience like that and lucky enough to get it on camera will send it to their loved ones, send it to their friends, send it to their family. All you won't believe what I've been through today. That is normal human behavior. Somebody else could have taken their fast self and then post it on social media. How do you know, Ananias, whose name I wouldn't call, how do you know that the lady posted the video video herself. You was there. Did you see? Did you hear? Were you there? No, you're judging man, Ananias. You are judgmental.
Ananias also said that there were similar situations like that. He gave another example and he said other situations that happen with the gunshots and people wouldn't take out their phone. And I made the point saying that in other cases it may people desensitize to certain things if they grow up around it, right?
It's probably just not your first thought.
So because you went to a certain school or hear gunshots before, right? Everybody in Trinidad know what gunshots is.
No, actually no. Because when I hear it, sometimes I say like, why fireworks happening?
Right? Okay, DC I can't. But most people in Trinidad know what gunshots sound like, right?
And he did also.
And we live in a culture where we record things now.
Use your finger, Shawna.
I want to know how Ananias know. I want to know how Ananias knows, not thinks, but knows that the woman did it for clout. Ananias, you could hear the stress in the woman's voice. I'm sorry earlier.
So,
Neicy
today also did mention that the teacher would have gotten some backlash.
Yeah, it had a backlash in terms of this
from the ministry side of things. So you're not too sure. I
did not say the ministry say.
Yeah. This is not alleged, right? This is pure fiction.
Listen, the streets.
I will go down.
The streets are talking.
The
streets are saying. Right? Different parts of the streets are saying that in some cases, like why she put that out there, people will not know about it if it didn't, and it give the wrong context.
Right.
It is my opinion. Regardless of what, I find a lot of the times too much things like that happen and it's swept under the rug. Put it out in the public. Let the public have be aware.
They're coming down on her because they don't want people to know
the truth. The streets don't.
Now, guys, anything goes Wednesday. So if you all think that we're a little, vibrant and high energy and spirited
it's
today,
because of the trauma we've been through.
That's why. With our technical difficulties.
Yes, Ananias.
No, but honestly, yes, it is a sad situation.
Yes, it is.
It is very traumatic to see babies in that situation. But I am also glad that the public is now aware what is going to be done about it now.
Yes. And for those people that saying that woman did it for clout or did it for whatever, you can hear the panic in that woman's voice. You can hear the fear in her voice. You can see the faces of the kids, right? Somebody's Mr. Ananias saying, you didn't hear she telling the children quiet. You tell the children quiet, but you hear the children. Were you there? Did you see any of the children probably were putting their head up and she was saying, down, children, down. The woman was scared shitless.
It was like a kind of a pre-approach because telling them to stay calm, stay quiet, you understand? It keeps the environment.
It's a precautionary thing.
You don't go to wait until children bawling down the place to say, stop crying.
Do you have your degree in child education and how to manage children? Ananias, do you?
Ananias has been a responsible man by being quiet. They say.
No, we take away his voice.
Don't tell them the truth.
We took his mic
Don't
away.
tell them the truth. He's being a responsible man by staying quiet in the presence of 3 aggressive women. Right, so he should be responsible.
No, 3 highly opinionated women.
I saw a certain response to said video. I'm not going to call names, but let those with eyes know. Right, by a certain minister.
We're doing this she gone, boy.
Right? Referring to the same incident and
the views of Island Girl Talk does not necessarily coincide with the views of Neicy.
This is not Neicy's views. It's in a public space. The statement was put out in a public space. Do you want me pull it up and read verbatim?
You go through whatever you want to do.
Basically, said individual was explaining that the gunshots was happening distance from the area and it's not the first time something like that happens and basically kind of trying to
excuse on the situation.
But I felt
compress it.
Why
make it seem like it's not a big deal.
Everything that was saying, like the points that they were hitting, okay, the children weren't in danger, immediate danger. It was happening far away. It's something that I think the statement that was even made was like some of them even grew up in areas where this is a norm, so there shouldn't be any difference. That was very insensitive.
Unacceptable.
That statement was so insensitive, and I'm trying to understand who are the PR persons who proofreading these things before you all send this into public spaces. Because if we are looking at you guys as the leaders
and the protectors
in these situations, okay, coming to talk about something in that light with so much lack of sensitivity. Come on.
You're not a humanitarian. You're heartless. Is it possible?
That statement of some of these kids grow up in these areas, so it basically saying that
then
they
it's
should
okay.
be
It's okay.
accustomed by now.
Yeah. It's not
Are
a
you
big deal.
Are you
In other words, y'all are blowing
There's
this out
so
of
many
proportion.
levels to that is that not even
In
good.
other words, y'all are blowing
Right?
this out of proportion.
You're
and it's
blowing
not
it out
that
of
big of a deal.
proportion. They
Yeah.
weren't in any danger. So what happens? Stray bullets is not a thing.
Yeah.
Two, I mean, they I don't get it.
It has so much
The
layers. Even
devaluing the lives of these people.
Yeah, the fact that you're saying this is like somewhat of a norm in the area. So, okay, why is it a norm?
Yeah.
It
Answer
shouldn't
that.
even
Like,
be a
why
norm.
is that even a norm that on an average day that's hearing gunshots should be a norm?
Yeah, definitely.
And those
Not
words
something we should
leaving
accept.
somebody who's in that position of basically helping run the country, right? Those words leaving your mouth, it's normal to you. Like, okay, this is the situation, accept it.
So the person that said this, without saying exactly who they are, the person that said this, are they in the government?
Yes.
Is it an MP?
Yes.
I see. Oh, I know who it is.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah. But what I
right.
wanted to add too is it's very obvious that it was a very high stressed situation because even Chris, you just mentioned the lady kept saying, you'll be quiet. And there was a point when the video is moving around and the children are dead silent and pinned to the ground as if they are traumatized. And she herself is probably just saying this, who knows, to even comfort herself. Because she's so frantic and at this point she just has to keep, you understand?
Did you hear that, Ananias? All right.
And I'm just listening the extent of the gun. This wasn't like a one bullet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was.
And to me, it sounded loud.
It sounded really good.
It sounded loud. So, I mean, does
could
it,
understand
even
how
if
she
it was
feels.
far away,
Yeah.
in that moment, those kids, if it was sounding loud to us on a phone, imagine what it was like in that moment,
Yeah.
in real time.
Yes.
Whether it's far or near, it is traumatizing.
Yeah.
Those kids are mentally scarred. So now some of those children, whether they're used to it or not, the minute they hear a firecracker or a firework or any loud song, they jumpy, PTSD. I mean, I'm just saying, well done, teacher. Whoever you are, well done to you. You did good. And anybody would be scared shitless in such a situation.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah?
I agree. And I would like to know what is being done. Like, what is the post of something like that after the aftermath? Are these kids gonna be getting some form of counseling or something like that? Is the
I hope
security dynamic within the area going to be heightened? So
Well, I
something
believe
like
that's
this
what
doesn't-
I saw on the news that's what they were discussing. Then talks about that now, right? So, guys, if you're just joining us, you would have realized that we had an extremely late start.
Yeah.
Right, everything we came ready and prepared to bring a really good show for you all today, and everything just derailed. You know what I'm saying? So it was beyond our control. Our system shut down. We had some technical difficulties.
Our tech guy shut
we,
down.
no, he didn't shut down. He didn't shut down. He worked arduously to fix the problem, and he did fix the problem.
Yes,
it
he
just
did, he
took
did.
very long for the system to reboot, and we were just here chit chatting, about things in general, figuring, okay, the show is postponed. What are we gonna do? We was talking about rescheduling to Friday, right? And then boom, the system came back. So he's like, you know what? We still have some time. Let's go forward with the show. So we're doing Let's Talk Trends for y'all. Right, we're gonna do our sip and spill. We're not leaving y'all out at all. Our empowerment minutes and all that, and we still have a show for y'all because we love y'all.
A very excited
right?
show next week.
And we don't like to take no for an answer, right? A bad man saying islandgirl talk. What next are you gonna talk about? What's next on the list?
Well, as we're speaking about the schools, we could also discuss the issue with the principal. I'm not sure if you all.
Sean was showing me earlier. They don't have the information, so Sean, take it away.
Well, there's a clip going around where kids were fighting in Tranquility, and I believe the principal came in an effort to separate them or stop the fight. And I remember back in my days when you see principal is
Attention!
just scattering
Yeah.
because the principal come in and the crowd is still thick, the fight is still going on in full fledged, and by so doing they threw the principal to the ground. So there is a photograph
Disrespectful.
going around, also the video, but it's going around, it's viral right now, of the principal of Tranquility on the floor. Mind you, she was a past teacher of Woodbrook Secondary. She was actually the head of the department before she had gotten promoted to the principal position. And from what I understand from my co-workers at Woodbrook Secondary, she is a lovely person. Like, she is a person that is for the kids. Like, she's one of those, you just have principals who just get the position for getting the position's sake.
Yes.
She's one of those principals
Who
or
earned
teachers that actually earn that position. Like, they're for the people now. So it's really unfortunate.
What is jumping out to me, as you mentioned when you initially started, in terms of like in our day?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that old. I mean, look at it.
Kata,
But in our day, it had a kind of, not even that's what the principal teachers
Authority,
used to instill that fear in me.
It was
The
unheard
security
of.
guard in the
Listen.
school. I'm not a chicken, you guys, but I'm just saying.
of course.
I'm seeing situations happening, people like different type of fights and stuff, and I'm
Yes.
like, you're seeing like not just this instance, but teachers parting, or like I'm trying to understand like where's the level of authority, where's the
It's
level
gone.
of
They
respect?
don't
It's
care.
and
that's
what
why
are you
you
coming
see-
to school for?
That's why you see
We
with
finally
Kata-
reached the point where we could say back in our day,
Yeah.
it was unheard of. Because
Back in
no
our
matter,
hours, back in
no
our
matter
hours.
how upset and vexed and angry and ready to fight you are, the minute you see a teacher, not even the principal, a teacher walk in, you scattering. Every man for himself.
But
Yeah.
this was the thing for me, like back then. It's not as the fear the teacher used to keep me straight. Like I thinking, okay, mommy, if this even
Yeah,
had
if
a reach
this-
home,
if this leak-
like it has so much
Yes, and I
level.
have to say suspension too. Oh gosh.
Is the teachers, is the principal, is like me. Imagine me carrying home a letter to my mom saying I get suspended.
Madness.
Or they have to come in school. Ooh, I'm gonna
Let me share a quick story. It had a situation during the Wally time when they brought scratch bomb in school and they was busting scratch bomb, right? And I happened to be sick. I was sick, and there was our class apparently as an effort to find out who brought the scratch bomb, the principal like suspended the whole class for a week. I passed the suspension. I wasn't even in school, so when I go to tell mommy I get suspended, I had to explain
The whole
like the dynamic. Well, it was a scare tactic. They didn't obviously they can't suspend the whole class. But imagine it was so forceful to the point that I home and I passed it just because I passed a 3-2.
Yeah.
You understand? It was that intense. And this was scratch bomb. This was them. Let's hear somebody bring a scratch bomb and they bust it and they scratch bomb.
Yeah.
Fighting, even being in a classroom with a weapon. I'm seeing children with weapons in school. When did this become the norm?
I legit remember, as you said that. This is kind of a funny story. I know this is a serious topic. But we were sitting when I was in primary school. I have to make sure that you all know that I was very young, so allow me, right? We were in primary school. I think I was like in standard 4 or 5. And we were sitting on a wall outside. But it's like, watch my hand so you can understand. It's like a courtyard, a wall, and then another courtyard.
Yeah.
So we're sitting on this wall, on this level with this courtyard, right? And then my friend is like, he's giving me real talks and thing. How he's a ninja or some stupidness. So I said, well, if I kick you off the wall, what will happen? Backflip, land on my foot. I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm a ninja. Well, I did so whoop. Kick him off the wall.
He didn't land on his foot. I'm
And
guessing
he hit
didn't
the ground
backflip.
and bust his head.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
So you know when you get like a bust head or something
Blood.
like in school and it's blood and then the
Because the
whole
blood probably hurts.
school coming to this spot and escorting him to the principal's office and everybody, you in trouble. It was Friday, right? You in trouble. I kid you not. I left school so fast because my driver came. I was like, well, I have to go. My driver's outside. I couldn't sleep Friday night, Saturday, or like I couldn't sleep Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Like that's to tell you how much I dreaded the authority. I'm so afraid to go back in school on Monday. Come back in school on Monday. And for some strange reason, he told them that he just fell off the wall and he did not inform on Shawna Mitchell. He did not snitch. He did not snitch, guys.
She never Shawna Mitchell.
He is a true member.
About this high.
He is a true member.
He's the real MPV. I don't
Yeah.
know. I must ask him if he remember that story because it's not a friend of mine that I kept like close
So we
to.
talk about things we
But-
do bad in school. I have a story. A real thing.
Chris, we know.
Hurricane Chris.
Is it
Back
that?
then she was a little tropical
I was
storm.
a tropical depression. All all right. Here what, right? A real... Oh, God, you're all here. I stress all here this morning. Listen, I don't even know how to begin. Yeah, Hurricane Chris for real. Hurricane Chris.
You check my corner silence.
You guys, I make no excuses for the stickler that I am. Right? But yes.
What's your story?
Hurricane Chris. Okay, so I was real small. I think I was like in second year or something.
Oh, really small?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're Tara from second year?
Yo!
Oh my goodness.
If I only tell only some things.
Oh jeez.
I was one mischievous little thing, But listen, I think I was misbehaving, and I was misbehaving so much, and I was a little spoiled too because my teachers always loved me. I was bright from small,
Right.
And I knew somehow, instinctively you could tell when you could get away with stuff, even if you're only 6 years old.
Yeah.
You know,
because you're pushing your limits
yes,
and
you're
again.
pushing your limits. Yes, and you're getting away.
Testy
Boy,
boy.
you had periods to test, boy.
I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was terrorizing another little girl.
Lord. Jeez, you were terrorizing. So easy.
I can't remember.
I was trying to call her Tara just
She
now,
was
but I didn't know she was going to
terrorizing
run
her.
with
You're so
it.
casual. Go ahead, Chris.
It was my cousin who reminded me about this story, and I'll share it with you.
Chris always not forget, remember it.
I have a tendency to just forget certain things.
Okay.
But anyway, I can't remember exactly, but I do believe I probably would have been terrorizing another little girl because that was just what I did. And so they called my cousin who was in standard 5 at the time. She's a big girl, bigger than me. They couldn't control me. Imagine that the teachers couldn't control me. Back in them days, licks used to share. I can't even remember getting licks from the teacher. So they called my cousin to discipline me. And she's like, Krystal, come, pulling me to behave, And I bit into her hand somewhere here. I still remember them teeth marks, boy.
Rottweiler.
Listen, she said, Krystal, you bite me so hard. I do remember biting her like, I bit into her hand. And then I remember, Sakura, so sorry, but I tell them the story. And I remember what those teeth marks look like, and it was so hard, the teeth marks, and
Cut.
then it's
The
like
white
it's
stuff.
like a biting so hard.
You saw the
like
white flesh?
blood.
Yeah, you see the blood
Leave
lines.
skid marks around.
Yeah.
Like like a chump.
You
Yeah.
little vampire, you.
Yeah.
You little
remember.
vampire, you.
She reminded me of that. So if she didn't remind me of that, I probably would not
'Cause
have
Chris
remembered.
Just lose memories.
She
when
had the bad things,
she just lose memories and black out.
As she told me,
Yeah.
I remembered, and I remember the feeling of being so proud of that, leaving that bite mark.
I done.
Yes. And she said, oh, carry home. I tell your father you're going to get licks. And I start to cry. Because the funny thing is, my father never beat me. I
So
I
you're
never
crying
get
for-
licks. My father
Because
never cut my tail.
thought-
But just the idea of my father disciplining me was enough to make me straighten up like a pin. Yeah.
Now, my mom was the strict one. My dad, I'm just daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
So even if I'm thinking about doing something in school that I think I could possibly get away with, thinking about my mom finding out was enough to get me, on the straight
That was
and
me in my
narrow.
teenage years. Like I never was a out of control kind of teenager, and that's the idea of disappointing my dad too was enough to
Exactly.
cool my
Yeah,
nerves.
my mom had me fear.
Yeah, parents and
right.
authority had an effect over you. My friends, right? I was in secondary school. Big girl,
Big girl.
Big girl.
Big girl.
And my
God.
my friends visited, right? It was a little bit late. I think it was like about after 9, right? In the night. And I passed in the living room and she watched me, but she didn't flinch. She didn't show that, why are you going outside? The woman let me pass. And mommy, if you're watching this, you're very well damn right. No. You know what you did. You watch me pass.
Shut up, let it out.
She watched me pass and going outside.
This is your moment to release.
This is my moment. Therapy. So your girl going outside now, mind you, it's not girls looking for me. It's the guys. There was one girl and 2 guys, right?
Oh gosh.
So they come in their little car, you drive and you're getting picked. And I'm outside in the street line, who come by the window? buying your ASS inside. This is not Maury Street, and the only time young men come and look for a woman at this time is Maury Street. So if they want to come at my house at out tonight, then go by Maury Street.
All of that, Shawna, mommy.
And my friends was like, oh, wasting. And I am so embarrassed.
How old were you?
A teenager, girl, I'll tell you, I was a big girl. I was a big girl. But Maury Street.
Oh
the
my
only time young men come and look for a woman at that young lady
Hey.
at hours if it's Maury Street. That's
My
what
mom
she
was
said.
the type that could embarrass you, that I used to give my friends them a pre of what could happen.
Right.
Because you know, can catch me off guard with embarrassment. So all you want to do something, I be like, just in case this is what you could expect. You don't gonna embarrass me by default. You understand?
All right, so guys, are we relating a little bit? If you're just joining us, I see a couple more people came in. If you're just joining us, today was a doozy for us. Today we had a perfect show planned for y'all, and we had technical difficulties and we were unable to start the programs, right? And as a result, we were like sitting ducks. We had to postpone our guests to next week and that kind of thing. But luckily enough, the system booted back up and we still had a little time to spare. We love you all. We came back on. Yeah. So we changed the topic today from what we had to anything goes Wednesday, right? So if you're fine, we'll be moving a little different today. We are.
Going over them girls, boy. They
We
got
are.
time to prep for the show today.
Yeah.
We are.
We went through some trials and tribulations.
This is called therapy session. We'll get to the top.
Yes. So we were just talking about the incident in Tranquil Government where the kids were fighting and they're so engulfed in the fight that the poor principal who tried to part them get caught up in the melee and end up on the ground and all kind of nonsense. And we're just talking about the blatant disrespect nowadays where when we were in school, we see a teacher come in, no matter what happening, we go on running. You know, that's just kids in general. But nowadays, we have some real gangsters going to school, boy.
It's not just with schools. I saw videos circulating. I think it had one recently in Sawa with a police on a bike, and like he was by himself, and I don't know what was what was causing the issue, but like people were persons around were cussing and going on. I even saw somebody pelt items, and I'm like, there's an officer though. Like,
Lord, I think because they know that they are maybe
unruly.
But they minors, would they still be below 16? Because maybe
it was
some of them
a
know.
variety, because it was like a group of persons. They could have had a gap in terms of the age, but I could have pinpoint like young men who's well above 20 years at least.
Wow.
Right? And they were like quarreling and cursing. And what I gave the officer commend for is like he kept
his composure.
Because phones were out, people was filming, they cussing and garring. I saw items being lodged at the individual.
Launched at him.
And the police officer kept his composure.
And he kept, you know, like,
because now as a police officer, he has to watch how we respond because
right. So I
he's
gave
under a
him
microscope.
full respect for that. Yeah. But I'm also like, when did we become a society that persons who hold these positions in authority are no longer being respected? I'm not going into the breakdown of who right or wrong. The uniform holds a level of respect. The principal, these persons in this position holds a level of respect, even if it is about the respect in the position and what it represents. You understand the structure in society that this position represents. When did we become a society that all of a sudden we don't respect it? And then when lawlessness happens, we taking matters into our own hands. I don't understand it.
There's
because
so many
we can't hold
factors
them
that we
accountable if we're not doing our part as a society. We can't.
There's a lot of factors, but that will take us well past the stipulated time. But again, it's going to sound cliche by now because it's something that everyone says, but does everyone with kids practice this? It starts at home. And then if you're a child of parents who just don't know any better and everything is a willy and a handle something with violence and you don't correct, you don't even self-correct, you don't know how to introspect, you don't know how to have self-awareness, you're not emotionally intelligent, you're going to create kids or humans that are just like you and possibly worse.
Come on.
Yeah, you know. Guys, let's turn it over to the comments and see what our peeps saying.
And then
Our loyal
right?
peeps.
Our loyal peeps.
ad because the new ad is so beautiful.
Yes, we do. So guys, after the comments, we will do the ad. We have a new Caribbean ad. Like Shawna said, we're gonna run it. We have
Chris loves this ad.
I love
Chris
it.
really loves this ad.
I do. All right, and guys, last week, if you watch the show, we debuted the new look of Caribbean on our show, and we will showcase it again. So, but before the comments, we have Dion's thoughts and feelings. He says, good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Hi, we have Mackenzie Gordon saying, who sing We All Need Love? Who sang it? Rose. Yes. Rose sang that song.
Yes.
Right? You could go look for. Then he says, amen. He was praying with us. Right? Fire Wolfman says, greetings, ladies and everyone. Glad to see that the show is on.
We are troopers.
Boy.
We are troopers.
Not more than us. Yes, we glad too. Fire Wolfman goes on to say, both point of views are valid. If she picked up the phone before going to close and lock doors and other ways to protect the children, well, that is piss poor. But on the other hand, it could potentially be used as evidence. Exactly.
Yeah,
I would imagine she would run to close the door first, and then when you're on the ground now, you're waiting. Let me pull it out. You know.
Just different
it has to have been an afterthought.
Yeah.
Shelise is in the house. Hi, Shelise, and she says, "Happy to have you still. Better late than never."
Yes.
You see the kind of loyalty. Do the dance. Do the Neicy dance. Loyalty, big wheel. And lastly, we have Dion again saying, I can't help but ask myself, what is the cause of these outbursts? It can't be as simple as rude and disrespectful children. It coming from home. Children have to deal with quite a lot. How you know if children are dealing with abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and they just have all this amped up rage and they need to have an outlet. So when the opportunity arises, they go ham, they go hard on it, and they can't be controlled.
And as a popular saying goes, if it's not inside, it can't come out. So what we seeing or experiencing as a society is the outburst, the external. But that didn't just start there. You know, it didn't start there.
And then you see, you have so many outlets. Now, as much as I enjoy watching the MYOBs and the Trinidad is not a real place, and these platforms that show you sometimes the real news on the ground, there's a flip side to it as well, where kids have access to this too, and when they're seeing the adults, right? Whether it doesn't necessarily have to be from the tippy top, you know, but when they're seeing regular adults in life behaving this way, that's an example being set, and they're gonna follow it without any real guidance from their parents. And that is what they're witnessing. Well, what you're gonna expect? What can you expect?
And just after that, I think too, a lot of this generation, or you know, a lot of people our age who making the babies, who making the kids of this generation, I think we're a little bit lost in terms of spirituality. And I would say that because like I have a lot of friends and, you know, different groups of people, and we are of the generation of knowledge as well, and also doing research. So there's a bit of
new age this and new age that.
So there's a bit of a tour, or I should say they are torn between what is the truth and what isn't the truth. And if you go back to this time, this proves that this is not true and your concept of religion is not true. So it's like all of this knowledge, which is fine, you want to get knowledge, but sometimes knowledge, a little too much knowledge, is actually hampering the message behind.
Because you don't know where you stand, you don't know what to stand for, and then you could fall for anything.
And I could say that because I look at friends of, like, you know, of my generation who have kids, and their kids don't go to church, or it's not even about the church, it's just they are not instilling anything with spirituality because they're not even sure where they stand. You know what I mean?
I have 2 points to say on that. It's not even at this stage where we at as a people, is not even about knowledge, because we could have information, and when you apply said information, it's knowledge, but using that information correctly is where wisdom comes in. And I think like it has so much information out there, people just using what works for them or what's convenient or stuff like that. Let me get back to that place of wisdom, and wisdom is not just thinking about self, it's about thinking of how your things affect everybody that is a part of it. And just to add on the point that you were saying in terms of you were making a point before when it came to like the family and stuff with the society, I'm trying to
what are you talking about with the same spirituality?
Something you were saying and it stood up, but anyway, we'll come back to that.
All right, guys, so that's it for the trends. Right, guys, we want to take a quick break, but when we get back, we're gonna do a nice, sweet, short and sweet, quick Sip and Spill for you guys, sponsored of course by Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider.
Right? Questions.
We'll be right back after these messages. Keep it locked.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Time to party. Ready, 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 ready. Boy, 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 boy. The party lit, the party nice, the party fun, down, down. The place on fire when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. We have drinks, pour it over the ice. Right now I feel to get drunk, drunk, drunk. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. Under me liquor, my head feeling nice. My whole squad with me. You don't know the vibes. No responsibility. Partying whole night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tricks now. The whole damn place capsize. Trouble dead there. Bacchanal dead anywhere we there. When you see where we always full of energy. We always ready. Nobody go mash up dance like we. We are the life of the party. Soon as we walk in, the party lit, the party nice, the party fun, down, down. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. We have drinks, pour it over the ice. Right now I feel to get drunk, drunk, drunk. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. A whining and a bam bam. I sure she feeling me. You have a whole lot of land gal. I wonder who blowing it. She call out to work to go party. She tell me boss she feeling sick, but the boss she on Neicy. She said she don't give a hold on. Trouble dead there, bacchanal dead anywhere we there. When you see where we always full of energy, we always ready. Nobody go mash up dance like we. We are the life of the party. Soon as we walk in, the party lit, the party nice, the party fun, down, down. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. We have drinks, pour it over the ice. Right now I feel to get drunk, drunk, drunk. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. Under me liquor, my head feeling nice. My whole squad with me. You don't know the vibes. No responsibility. We partying whole night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tricks now. The whole damn place capsize. Trouble dead there. Bacchanal dead anywhere we there. When you see where we always full of energy. We always ready. Nobody go mash up dance like we. We are the life of the party. Soon as we walk in, the party lit, the party nice, the party fun, down, down. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we. We have drinks, pour it over the ice. Right now I feel to get drunk, drunk, drunk. The place on vibes when we touch down the party. Shall we, 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 shall we.
Don't worry, lover. Don't worry, friend. Don't worry, partner. You go see thing again. Don't worry, lover. Don't worry, friend. Don't worry, partner. This is not the end. We time coming back again. It's so much my heart to take. I feel like I'm born again.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Don't worry, lover. Don't worry, friend. Don't worry, partner. You go see thing again. Don't worry, lover. Don't worry, friend. Don't worry, partner. This is not the end. We time coming back again. It's so much my heart to take. I feel like
And we are back with more Island Girl Talk. We are your hosts. I'm Krystal Khayne.
Trinidad Shawna.
And guys, if you're just joining us, it has been a day for us, guys. We had technical difficulties. We were not able to start on time. And
But really technical difficulties, like
serious
ones this time.
Yeah. Right? But we here for y'all. We love y'all. We doing it anyway. Right? And we decided to change today to Anything Goes Wednesday because
anything went.
anything.
That's clearly how the day been going, so we just go to the flow.
But guys, did you like the new Caribe ad?
Yes.
We hope you guys
Did you
loved
like
it.
it? Did you like it,
I
Chris?
especially love it.
Okay.
For reasons I'll keep to myself. But before we continue, right? Well, actually, no, it's time for Sip and Spill.
Sip
and Spill. Cheers. Cheers. And of course, before we start to ask each other the outer timing questions, right? We would like to reintroduce Caribe gluten-free, all natural hard ciders. Sip on the all-new mimosa with a unique blend of blood orange and pineapple, or pop open the drier, crisper brute to elevate any occasion.
Okay.
And don't forget the strawberry-flavored rosé, now with a new label. Caribe Hard Cider, moments made extraordinary.
Listen, Chris.
Hello.
Chris.
Hello. Like Shawna would say, okay.
Let me say, Chris, one time for the voice, hard voice.
We doing the things with Caribe. Let me cheers one more time. Cheers.
Oh, you had to do the
Cheers
chat.
to that.
Take a sip.
Yes,
Yes, lady.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks, singing. Well done, Caribe.
And with that, like the second one. And with that, we commence. Only missed it, man.
Sorry. I was
Sean
too,
was
I was caught
deep
up
in
in
thought.
the moment.
We should do it again or what?
Moments made extraordinary.
Huh?
I like that.
I feel like it's time for you to read a little something too,
Yes,
you know.
yes,
We have
yes.
4 new scripts.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, time for Sip and Spill. Should I do it again? And with that, we commence! Sip and Spill segment. All right, guys, we have some different questions today. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Let's
right,
go.
we had to be quick. Right, who's gonna go first? Sean, you
No,
normally
not
go
me,
first,
not me today.
Are you interested in politics?
No. But my dad would love me to be. He always says. You should be politics.
Yes, I am. We have to be because whether or not we're interested, politics affects us.
Yeah,
no
definitely,
matter what.
But it doesn't make me
So,
interested.
I am
just-
interested to know what's going on.
I have to know for knowing's sake because of
Yes.
course it's going to affect me as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I'm interested.
yeah, it's not nice to see politics politicking, but unfortunately we have to.
I was never interested in it per se, but getting more in media and having a platform where you could express certain concerns. Yeah, but I'm also like not to go into it directly because I would have stopped there.
Yeah. All right.
Who's
It's a corrupt hit.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, who's next?
All right. Do you seek order or chaos?
Order.
Order.
Leave my arms.
Order.
Seek,
Order.
Of course, order.
All right.
Yes.
But I welcome chaos because it helps me learn. Like if something happening and it's chaotic, like when you get that chaos in order, you're at a different level.
I love that response.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I like that
Feeling
too.
it.
Like this morning, we learn.
Yes, boy.
We read learn this morning.
Especially at Hurricane Krystal country.
We learn, but
Oh,
listen, if this was to happen again, we handling it better though.
As a category 5.
Yes.
Who's
Take a
that?
sip, niece.
Oh gosh. Of course. Nah, boy.
Not spill, no?
Nah, boy.
You say sip and not spill.
Not spill.
I have one. We asking some different questions today. Questions to make you go, Would you forget a traumatic experience if you could?
Yes.
Okay. No need to divulge to it.
Yeah.
I think yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of what I experienced made me
There's nothing.
that's a good thing too.
Naturally.
I do. That's a good point. You see,
Naturally.
I even forgot that I blacked out.
I just made it a natural built-in forgetting.
I do have a tendency to block out traumatic experiences, like totally forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
a
did say
defense
that.
mechanism.
You sure?
Who's next?
I said yes. I
Okay.
said yes.
Who's
What
next?
do
Who's
you
next?
dislike the most in people?
I know.
What do you? She know.
I know.
What do you dislike the most in people?
So much.
But it's the most.
What comes to the top of your mind?
People who are unprofessional, one that stands out for sure, and people who are not kind.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
She said professional. I remember a certain. I'm not gonna say what it is, but a certain group chat with Chris on What? Group chat, Chris, on professionalism.
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know?
I forgot.
Of course she
Is
forgot.
it bad?
Of course she forgot.
Can you say
The
it?
home.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh,
Yes.
why do I have to do with anything?
Because the person
Because it's
was...
unprofessional. He was.
Oh, the lady. That's
Oh, she was trying to say it.
I tried.
I thought it was something personal. No, that's not personal. You could
It is
talk
personal.
about
It was
that.
our chat. It wasn't.
You mean about what I experienced
Yes.
recently with the lady?
Unprofessional.
Yes.
Should I tell them the story?
Well, it's up to you.
Go-
We
go
just
through
didn't want to
Chris.
put
We
your
didn't want to
information in the
I
street.
was just gonna tell them.
It's not that bad. Story time. So I'll try to be quick. Recently, well, by now you all know, I don't really enjoy deep cleaning the house. Like a little pass the broom here, wash the wares,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing is running the mill. But you see to clean house, clean window, wipe down dust under the bed, that's not my scene.
Yeah.
But I also don't want the house to get dirty. So I would have somebody come and clean. It's just me, so once a month I have somebody come and clean. The lady who would normally come and clean, she got a full-time job taking care of someone, so she can't come and clean anymore. So I had to get someone else. So the person who's get people for me, there's a lady who has a guest house and she always has cleaners rotating. So she got this one lady and she said, Krystal, this lady I never recommended before because she has an attitude and but I know you've been asking me for 2 weeks now and you need someone. I'm gonna send her. So I was like, okay, no problem. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that lady come and was the worst. And I'm not talking too much about I think she just thought that I was a little meek and stuff and I was nice to her and stuff so she could walk all over me. If she knew the hurricane she was dealing with her. But anyway, I let her do her thing. But all in all, the woman was like, every time I peep outside, because I don't like to police people, I let them do the thing. I tell them what I want and whatever. Every time I peep outside, the woman sitting down, staring in space. The woman, yes, Adonai, the woman sitting, staring in space. So, but by the third time I come on, I said, such and such. I said, you all right? You feeling
And she demanded some tea.
No, I say you feeling sick. Let me get them the actions. She was like, I tired and hungry.
Was the job like an hourly thing?
No, well, you pay a certain amount
For the day?
for at
job.
least 5 hours.
Okay.
You know, however long it takes to clean the house how you want it. And you pay them accordingly what their rate is. No problem with what she was asking for. No problem there. But she was literally doing nothing. And when I finally asked her what happened, I tired and hungry. And she now meet him for the first time. Krystal, Krystal, you have any coffee there? You have any coffee there?
What took me out is when Chris came
No, guys.
and Chris started to walk too. Chris started to shake.
Remember?
I just want to let it to leave.
Chris started to shake.
Because I wanted her to leave, so I started to help the woman clean. So I was like, no, I'm not a coffee person, but I have tea. We're gonna make some tea for me then. Make a cup. Feeling for a cup of tea. I'm hungry. Well, earlier I went and I put the kettle. There's an electric kettle, so no singing. I put the kettle with the water. I took out the teacup. I put the spoon, and I put out a nice packet of sweetened ginger tea. Oh no, I can't drink that. There's sugar in it. I have diabetes. I can't drink that. You had to give me a normal tea bag. Well, she didn't even ask if I have normal tea bag. Luckily, I had some chamomile tea. So I put the tea bag there so she could make it herself. I gave, I was not about to. All right, my lady, take forever to drink her tea. I gone inside, maybe an hour later, come back out. I peep, she's sitting down again. I called the lady who recommended her and I said, Miss such and such. I told her what happened and whatever. Hey, well, I told you, but I can't believe she gave it. She now meeting you, Krystal, and this is how she's behaving. I thought at least she would have been on her best behavior.
Yeah.
No such luck. I gone back outside. I said, Miss such and such, what happened now? Hey, her, I still hungry. I said, Miss such and such, I have...
The cleaning comes with food? Like, some jobs they feed you?
Right? No, there was...
Hospitality.
I said, Miss such and such, I have some green fig salad in the fridge, some saltfish, cook up, bulgur and thing. That's how I eat, right? I don't eat nonsense and thing. I have some of that. Is that something that would interest you? She said, yes, that's my kind of food. That's how she's talking. I say, okay, I'll go and I don't want her in my fridge and thing unless she cleaning it and she done tell me she don't clean fridge. Right? Okay, no problem. I dish out everything and I heat it up for her, and when it heats up nice and hot, I put the utensil, I put the mat on the table, I serve her. You know what that woman turned around and say? Well, look how I getting served.
Was it at that moment that Hurricane Chris surfaced?
It was at that moment. You know what I mean? It was at that moment. Yeah. Krystal knew she effed up.
Yeah.
Let me tell all you the worst experience. I didn't know what to do. I called my cousin. I tell her what's going on. She said, my cousin said, come in. Right? I don't like that energy that woman is bringing in your face. Because my cousin knows.
We love cousin, you know. We love Chris cousin.
I don't bring anybody in my space. Yeah. Nobody in my space. We had to wrap this up. I don't bring anybody in my space. My cousin come, boy. Save the day. But before my cousin come, I still am help her pop the shower curtain. You know I putting up the shower because my lady sit down again and she watching me like this, and it's the expression on her face. She's literally watching me put up the shower curtain from outside in the dining room area, and she watching me so. Like your bitch. I'm like, why is this one behaving?
There's so much more to the story, but we're gonna leave
so much
for another time.
In that short space of time.
Incident with a certain fan.
Oh yes, the fan. So one of the should I tell her? I'm going to try to tell her the fan. I was like, go ahead, tell her. So I have a fan now out in the gallery. It's not working. I was gonna throw it away, but my father is Mr. Fix It. So my father said he will fix the fan. Yeah. He wants to make sure that it's really not working before he throws it away.
Out, yeah.
No
so
problem.
It's in the gallery, guys. Yes. It's in the gallery, not in the yard or on the streets.
So the fan's still looking decent. So okay, she was like, I see this fan out in the gallery here. What are you doing out here? What the fan doing out here? I said, and she would have noticed fans in every room of the house, right? So that fan is out of place. What is fan? I said, the fan doesn't work, but my dad wants it. He's coming to fix it. Well, I need a fan, you know. I need a fan. I don't have no fan home. I could use this fan. Right? I said, well, I'll have to ask my dad, right? Because my dad already said he's coming to fix it. I thought that was done. I came outside sometime later. I see the fan outside the gallery at the top of my staircase. She moved it. I thought she moved it to clean, but no, she left it there. So I said, Miss such and such, what's the fan doing out here? She said, well, I taking it when I go in. That's for me to go with. She did not ask for the fan, y'all. It was crazy. It was like the Twilight Zone. It was like I stepped into a different dimension or something. And she was ready to go with my fan. I said, no, I have to ask my dad. He wants it. I take the fan and I put it back where it was. That lady was a nightmare. There was so much more, but I can't. We strapped for time. I'm so sorry. Shawna?
I wanted you to say
Neicy, you should have never brought that up.
Shawna have a part.
The part when the cousin walked in with her great spirit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So when I
just
called
quick.
my cousin said, come in. I don't like that woman's energy out. Come in. My cousin come and save the day. My cousin has a fantastic personality.
Yes.
It's light, it's airy.
You could be hanging out. Her cousin energy is just light and
yes,
positive.
she's brighten up. And anybody she comes into contact with, she brightens them up. Sakira, big up you.
Yeah.
So Sakira come dressed in a nice floral sundress and her hair's looking pretty and bright like a flower. And she bounces in, sister, I'm outside. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So this is me acting like my cousin, like I didn't,
Shock you.
like I wasn't expecting her.
Was
so I'm like, oh my God, you're outside, okay, wait. She's like, who's that? I said, my most favorite person in the whole world. So I go outside and she's like, how are you going, darling? Oh, you're cleaning? What's going on? Da, 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 da. Oh, you have someone there? Okay, great. Let's greet them in the mighty name of Jesus. and she starts and with a beautiful vibe and stuff. She just changed the aura, the energy of the place. She completely turned it around. You know that lady started to hustle to leave? Yes. That lady could not handle the good vibrations and the fact that my cousin was talking about God and all that and singing praises and that kind of thing. She couldn't deal with it. So she hurry up and didn't
clean.
She finished everything and then she started putting up her pants and pulling up her pants. Oh, that's another thing. She took her pants off and had her shorter pants wearing underneath. She said, I don't like to wear clothes when I clean and I like to be naked. So she pulling up her going out. Yes. She was most strange. She pulling up her pants now and my cousin and I just chatting away and my cousin is being her normal vibrant self. And the woman turns to my cousin and says, something wrong with you? And my cousin says, nothing at all is wrong with me. I just have the joy of the Lord in my heart. I am most happy and sanctified. And because that's how we have to be in this world today, you know. But what's going on in the world, you have to be happy in the name of Jesus. And here the woman, yes, it's true. And it starts to hurry up.
She gone.
I commend you, Chris, for how you handle that. Because I've seen Chris explode for less. So you dealing with that in your house?
This was a stranger. I did not know what I was dealing with.
Next thing the woman gonna walk over here. She smart herself.
You know? I killed that woman with kindness.
All right. Okay.
You know?
Chris hot she bulge out, you know.
That's the end of story time. I give her with my good bulljoy and I can make a real good bulljoy, you know. I'm gonna tell you.
That's the not responsible too.
Here, Dion, this mad scene making my day, yes? Well, we glad somebody was entertained. Anybody want to do one more question or we done?
Right.
Shawna, you ended. Since poor you, Shawna has to go.
Okay, what? I like the first question. It's very simple. But it's
I like these questions, Chris.
What gives you the most comfort?
I know.
What gives you the most comfort?
So many things.
Oh gosh, one thing. We didn't have all that time.
So many things.
I like to be alone. What gives me comfort is especially like on a Sunday or now my most free days is a Thursday, and I would just munch on cassava chips.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And drink peanut punch.
How you know?
You mentioned it.
I love cassava chips and peanut punch, and just like to zone out.
That's why I like an
sometimes.
aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
What gives you finish?
Yeah, that's it.
What gives me the most comfort? I will say, like loved ones. So like the people who are real close with, not just any random people. The people who are very close with, like especially like if I'm having a bad day or they just come to cheer me up or bring me food or some kind of vibes. Like if a loved one really check for you in a certain way, I actually feel comforted even in my bad times. So yeah,
I have to agree with that too. My cousin Sakira brings me a lot of comfort
yeah,
and joy, especially if on a hard day. Yeah.
For me, it falls in the same category. Like for me, just knowing that I'm in alignments, like in this period in my life, in purpose, even on days when it feels off, knowing that the bigger picture is on point, and also the people, the places, the opportunities, everything just collectively align. Knowing that I'm in the right space in this season in my life, even when the chaos is around, still knowing that I'm positioned correctly, feels good.
Yes.
So that gives me peace.
I like that. That. So that's we had a wrap.
Yes, we have to wrap.
That is it for Sip and Spell. Cheers. Sponsored to you by she drinking already, yes?
Just get drunk.
Brought to you, Sip and Spill brought to you by Caribbean Tropical Hard Cider. And I feel like I want to do one more quick.
Moments are extraordinary, Chris.
I want to do one more quick Caribbean
script
because these scripts are fantastic. Right? So before we end our Sip and Spill, we want to make sure that you make every moment extraordinary with Caribbean Hard Cider. Try the all-new cocktail-inspired mimosa, the champagne-inspired brut, and don't forget rosé with the same refreshing taste that you love. Caribbean Hard Cider, new look, new flavors, new taste experience. Yes, I drink responsibly, boy. I'm feeling to show that ad again, but.
Should we go straight into empowerment?
Let's go straight into empowerment. So now we turn over to the lovely Neicy to calm us down. Let me call us down. To calm us down and inspire us for the rest of the week.
And with that, it's all about what, ladies?
The Empowerment Minute.
This is where I come in to easy place and set the pace for the rest of your week with a very nice empowerment gem.
Okay.
And given our day, I had to switch it up because I keep in my quote for next week. All right.
Yes.
I had to switch it up on you. The quote of today is courtesy Neicy World.
Oh,
and
very
it
nice.
Says, give people the opportunity to be introduced to the new version of you.
Oh, yes.
I like,
Say that again. I want to hear that again.
People the opportunity to be introduced to the new version of you. So every time somebody comes into contact with you, things that they know about you or whatnot, it's nice, especially if it's got straight.
Yeah.
But always leave them with a new version and hopefully a positive and a better one than the last one. That
I like that.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
That's a good one.
Neicy World for the win. Neicy World for the win.
It's like every time you meet me, it should be like the upgrade. Like you know, when your laptop get a little update now. Yeah, that should be me. I should just
every time you cross paths with somebody like whether they know you or they don't, give them the opportunity to meet this new version. You are supposed to be becoming a new person
continuously,
and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter what they think they know. Prove them wrong.
Yes.
I want to take this opportunity too because this quote came directly from Neicy. Neicy's World. I want to big up Neicy's World. It's her blog, her inspirational blog. Check it out on Instagram where she gives some really uplifting, motivational, inspiring quotes. Yes. You can't go wrong. Thank you. And with that, it is a wrap. Yes, it is a wrap for Island Girl Talk. Guys, short and sweet. Thank you for still joining us. Guys, thank you for your patience. I know a lot of people was messaging and asking, even our sponsors, like, what's going on?
We felt the love today, you guys. You guys are troopers.
Yes.
You are troopers.
First, we don't like to say no. We don't like to accept no for an answer, guys. We are hard workers, like Neicy said, troopers, and we just... I know it's a hard thing for us to take, I can't stand that word. Right? So, guys, thanks once again for joining us. It was short and sweet, but join us next week. We have crossed over today's show to next week for you. So our guest for today, she'll be joining us next week. And we're looking forward to that every Wednesday, 12 to 2:30 p.m. Island Girl Talk, where women are free to simply be unapologetically. Keep it classy, guys.
Bye.